Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Ape Huncho, back at you again with another video. So we got to talk about this Croydon police officer shooting now that major developments have happened. So I know a lot of you would have already seen this, but just in case you haven't, the police officer who was shot has been named as 54-year-old Sargent Matt Ratana, known as Matt, who was originally from Hawke's Bay, New Zealand, but had moved to the UK in 1989, and in 1991 worked for the Metropolitan Police. He then became a constable, became a protection officer for Princess Diana, Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, and former Prime Minister John Major. He then started to work for the Territorial Support Group, or TSG, and in 2010 he was promoted to Sergeant on the First Response Team in Hackney, and in 2015 he then moved to Croydon, where he once again worked on a First Response Team, and then he finally worked in the Detention Command in Croydon, but would often volunteer for duty in custody suites across London. He spent nearly 30 years as a police officer in the Metropolitan Police and was said to have been months away from retirement. So let's go over the timeline of events leading up to the shooting now that details have emerged of what was said to have happened. CCTV footage, some of which has now started circulating online, depicts that on Friday morning the suspect, who has been named as 23-year-old Louis De Zoysa, was acting strangely and was walking on London Road in the direction of Streatham, so he was stopped by a squad car just before 1:30 AM outside Anderson Heights apartment building. The footage shows the patrol car doesn't have blue flashing lights, and the suspect appears compliant as he's engaged by officers. Then the CCTV footage that has been circulating online shows that at 1:44 AM a rapid response vehicle arrives, followed 2 minutes later by a police van, and then Louis is seen taken into the van at 1:47 AM. A minute later, another car arrives and blocks the road while 3 officers search nearby grounds, and at 1:50 AM the police van holding the suspect leaves the scene and heads towards Croydon Custody Centre. From the CCTV, it's unclear whether he was searched or handcuffed at the scene, but he did not appear to be behaving aggressively and seemed to be cooperating with the officers, and this is also backed up by witnesses who've seen this happen. On the contrary though, the official police report claims that Louis was in fact stopped and searched, and it was here they found ammunition and cannabis resin, so they went on to arrest him of ammunition possession and possession of a Class B substance with intent to supply. It's now being said that the arrest was made by a special constable on patrol with 2 regular officers. When they arrived at the police station, it's believed that Louis' hands were cuffed behind his back still, and after being taken into the custody suite, he was placed into a COVID screening cell, which is now part of custody procedure during the pandemic. At 2:15 AM, Matt Ratana then opened the cell door to search Louis with a metal detector wand, and it was here Louis managed to get his hands down the back of his trousers, produce the handgun, which was said to have been concealed in there, and shoot Matt multiple times in the chest at point-blank range, allegedly hitting him multiple times in the heart, and it is believed that Louis was also shot in the neck. It's also being said that after shots were fired, that Matt's colleagues did get involved and took Louis to the ground, but it's unconfirmed at what exact point this happened. When emergency services arrived at the scene, it was said they performed open heart surgery on Matt before being airlifted to hospital, and it was here he went on to sadly die. In regards to Louis, it was said that he in fact went on to die, but was then revived by emergency service workers at hospital and now remains in a critical condition. The police have recently gone on to confirm that they have CCTV footage of the shooting, and that a revolver was found at the scene and is currently being forensically examined. Police have also gone on to execute 4 searches at 4 different locations in connection to this incident. It was said this morning at 2 AM a man was arrested in Norwich on suspicion of supplying the firearm that was used in the shooting. That's all the major developments in this story so far, and the question that's on everyone's mind right now is how did Louis even get this firearm into the police custody suite, where he was then able to go on and kill Matt. As it stands right now, we still don't really know. Now, it could boil down to a few things. It could be either because of COVID-19, the police decided just to wait to do the search until they got to the station, but then why would the police come out and say that they found bullets on him? So if that was the case, then it could have potentially been that they didn't do a good search on him, a good thorough search, which would have showed this revolver. But it does beg the question, how wouldn't you find a revolver? Even on a basic frisk search, surely you would feel some kind of firearm poking out of his trousers somewhere, surely. But things like this could happen, and unfortunately, on this rare occurrence where the police have gone on to do this poor search, it has ended up with one of the officers unfortunately dying. Last night the picture started circulating online which depicts of course how the shooting had happened, and people are even going on to question that, saying, well, for one, the UK police issued handcuffs. You wouldn't be able to reach down in your back and pull a firearm out and then go on to shoot the officer multiple times. And then they're even going on to say, well, even if he did that, how was he then able to shoot himself in the neck? And all I would say to people questioning it right now is just allow the police to do their investigation, and I'm pretty sure answers will be made pretty soon. And of course, as more updates come out, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on this one. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.